Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C, Pattern of Conduct, real-time documentation of the state of California's criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California in violation of existing federal law, that is 18 U.S.C. section 2261A, subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is ongoing documentation that is specifically gathered following my release from kidnapping by this entity that was ceaselessly monitoring in violation of 18 U.S.C. and in violation of Title 15 and in violation of the Prison Rape Elimination Act, as I was subject to the same exact criminal pattern of conduct while kidnapped by this entity seeking to conceal this criminal system that I am documenting and publishing and exposing on the venue of the internet, where I am also subject to the criminal pattern of conduct, and understand that kidnapping is the pattern of conduct that is criminal obstruction of justice, as the entity seeks to avoid prosecution and to avoid documentation and exposure for engaging in this criminal system. The people of the state are the vicarious aspect of the entity. They are engaging in federal stalking as I am kidnapped by the state inside of the state facilities, all right? And they are fully engaging in kidnapping upon criminal summoning. So this is the this is the entity from beginning to the end engaging in the criminal acts of the federal stalking and the acts of criminal obstruction of justice. This is also documentation on the venue of the internet engaging in the criminal pattern of conduct via obstruction of justice, and this is in any way reducing or removing the ability to publish the ongoing documentation of the state's criminal pattern of conduct, which is waging an ongoing threat to my life as I remain subject to this criminal system. And this is the criminal pattern of conduct on the venue of the internet, okay? And that is the totality of what I have documented since release. I was kidnapped from June 18, 2021 from third-party facilitating venue of the Ontario Museum of History and Arts, where the Ontario Police Department were monitoring, and this in conformity to the ongoing wealth of documentation that I have already published, specifically revealing the Ontario Police Department engaging in monitoring and kidnapping, which was via the assertion of a fictitious warrant pursuant to a fictitious prosecution. That is the people of the state of California v. Erica Lorraine Spencer, case number Mary Wendy Victor 2000640. I was subject to kidnapping pursuant to this fictitious prosecution, documentation on the facility cameras everywhere that I was inside of the facility of West Valley, located at 9700 Etiwana Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, California, and at the state facilitating venue of the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court, located at 8303 Haven Avenue in the city of Rancho Cucamonga, and I was subject to federal stalking ceaselessly at the jail, at the courthouse, in the courtrooms, okay? The same exact pattern of conduct ceaselessly underway. The kidnapping serves obstruction of justice, and that this is kidnapping that I endured from June 18th, 2021 up until August 16th, 2021. This is the P.O.C. Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C, Pattern of Conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A, subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct, and this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court. and being subject to ratification into federal policy. It is September 22nd, 2021, and this is the P.O.C. It is 12:48 a.m. and that is plane activity that the state is amplifying inside of the vehicle that I am inside of at what is G Street and Vine, 714 North Vine Avenue. I'm at that same location. The state is flying over the vehicle and amplifying plane activity and amplifying train activity. That would be the impossible audible noise caused by Union Pacific on the Amtrak train tracks, while the state is incessantly sounding train activity, which is never going to be heard at this location. This is engaging in train activity and plane activity, as you're hearing, and so the state engages in amplifying that inside of the vehicle as well. I did open the door in order to pick it up audibly. The state is amplifying it inside of the vehicle, though. It is 12:49 a.m. Ongoing impossible light activity as the people are patrolling, maintaining presence. This is demonic activity. They are maintaining presence as one, monitoring together, monitoring on the venue of the internet, using communication devices, and engaging in ongoing molestation and terrorism with its directed light, which is traveling inside of the vehicle and across my person while they do so. Okay, it's 12:49 a.m. and that is P.O.C. All right, 5ZPC838, 7XAW, 35L, 5FBV, 371-1240360. It's 7:59 a.m. and that's audible activity.
Crap, I keep forgetting to take my chocolate.
6BFE316. 7ZJU840, 6TGN375, 8XXE910, 6WJP109, 5BTR555, 5SUP854, 1210189, 424LX handicap, 8PPJ798, 8KTT054, L348NO, 8HER392.
Pull your seat up so when we get to lounge, you'll be ready to get on the floor.
And the state's fake sign in perfect alignment over the vehicle at what is Euclid Avenue and I believe this is 8th Street. I'll read the intersection in a second. 7AXB055, 7PXA093. It is 8 a.m. in the morning. And this is nowhere near the Ontario Museum of History and Arts. 8SODW, 889. I'm at I Street and Euclid Avenue. 5BVEE472, 7MHS338, 6XEL141, 7LFS220, 7VES817, 8RTK623. State's fixed sign in alignment with me on the passenger side of the vehicle. She's driving north on Euclid Avenue. Alright, and going to Vaughn's, again, the state's fake sun advancing past the Upland Public Library where it remains for the duration of the day and sets in the evening. Very far from, for example, the Ontario Open Family Community Library. This is the ongoing blatant stalking with light, demons engaging in pacing around the vehicle, and the state creating sensational activity and amplification of audible activity. That's demonic conduct, that is terrorism, while they are stalking while you remain inside of a vehicle. All right, that's the entity engaging in that conduct together. And 6XJW923, 8MNU973, 7GJ8804. All right, the state maintaining light activity, peculiarized light in the middle of Euclid Avenue. Having a weed whacker is no form. They are stalking and acting as one entity. It looks like that's City of Ontario. 8BDX 472, I believe. 8VCY 123. 8KVM 487. 8:03 a.m. Yeah. Yeah, that's City of Ontario, just using its truck in the middle of Euclid Avenue, while the people are pacing under the fake sun, which is remaining in the vehicle on the passenger side of the vehicle as I travel north. 5NXK376, 6XDD713, RS17, BJJZ611. And City of Ontario is just using a weed whacker. That's their form for stalking with light. There is no form. I'm just letting you know how demons conduct themselves looking like they're doing something, and they're all stalking. These are psychopaths. 5NDC173. I read that like this book already. Let's see. 8TVV561. What?
Do you want a Starbucks this morning?
8PBY059. Yeah, I could use coffee, I guess. The car was shaking all night, so that kept waking me up. Like it's ongoing vibration of the car, like there's earthquakes as a car drives by, which is not the case.
They've been having tremors.
That's called sensational activity. Tremors are occurring everywhere, including inside of West Valley Jail. That's called P.O.C. License plate 00380D2 76883R1 67081V2 7FOV175 8PSV254. Not at the same time that a car is passing by. Not all night long. 6RPW218. And that's not what was happening inside of West Valley Jail either. Nothing is shaking that building, that facility. That's the pattern of conduct. 8JJZ611.
Maybe I should have parked over there. I don't know why I leave the street. 8555912 6425583 8PF. I read that one. 7FOV175 76883R1 7RYX168. It is 8:05 a.m.
This is sexual violence inside of bonds. Alright, so the fake sun is over the venue and directed light outside of the restroom. It is 8:15 a.m. This is P.O.C. at Bonds located at the foothill in Euclid Avenue. This is federal stalking inside of that private space. P.O.C.
That's audible activity. That's audible activity. Employees of the venue. Stalking in the path. This is audible activity. P.O.C. It is 8:18 a.m. Those are demons that are stalking in the restroom, congregating outside of the restroom, under the fake sun. Yep. P.O.C.
All right, inside of third-party facilitating venue 711, 8 P.U.C. 915, the state, and I understand the third parties are acting with it. These are the passive-aggressive psychopaths that surround. They're stalking in the path, stalking with the state that is surrounding with that which is not the sun and sunlight. All right, north sunlight, filling that venue of 711, 6VLA267, 59075LI, or L1, excuse me. And so they're maintaining presence at this venue while the state is filling it with directed light and substantial directed light, just like large beams of light filling and moving all around in the store. That's a threat by that entity, 8GUV 860. And the fake sun over the 7-Eleven after I'm capturing it over the Vons at Euclid and Foothill. And then understand, the more I capture that damning documentation, the more demons act out. 8HAP159, that's what I'm dealing with. 3HHT353. 66219V2. And City of Upland engaging in the same tactics as the demons of the City of Ontario, driving around on construction vehicles in the street to maintain peculiarized light. Okay, that's what they're doing, using their city vehicles in the middle of the street in the meridian area of the street to maintain peculiarized light. 7 PLM 533. Under the fake sun, the state is always stalking via aircraft, as I've already shown. The minions are crossing paths in their vehicles, and the state is covering the asphalt and the sidewalks with light. And these are demons, 8KVX577. All right, walking around, you're dealing with Satan. All right, this is the malice that the people engage in this demonic system with, and that is actually terrorism. That's the threat that the people wage while they're monitoring with the state. And understand the targeted individual is supposed to be disbelieved on that basis. 3HHT353, because on its face it's that which is unfathomable. But for documentation, 8XET911, leaving third-party facilitating venue of the 7-Eleven, where, by the way, the state's fake sun is present while I am standing behind that. That's 9th and 1st, and the state's fake sun is right over me and aiming directed light inside of that venue, just like I showed while I was inside of the vehicle. All right, so that is documentation of the state moving its fake sun north and south, and moving in the parking lot over me as I come backwards to where the state keeps its fake sun all day. Okay? 8 MUK488, 8 SYW018. All right, they are quite a distance away from the sidewalk outside of Upland First United Methodist Church, and as they're driving north up Euclid Avenue, directed light sweeping across that street up onto this church past me. That's demonic activity. 80104, 6B NH499. Upland Police Vehicle 205, monitoring with the third parties. That's the threat with the intent to terrorize by Upland Police under the fake sun, and then as I'm documenting what is ongoing molestation and what is assault with directed light, while they are nowhere near. There's not even any form. There isn't any form for directed light, but they are far away from the sidewalk. FABULS1. Stalkers are not fabulous. Stalkers are demented. 7XGD723. These are demons with light all around them like it's a circus. No, I don't think so. Monitoring with the minors. 7WWB310. 6NYC855. AS51 handicap. 6CWH515. 7ZPP605. 6VRC948. 4BPN722. That is 3318282. Omnitrans Route 83, and I'm referencing the security cameras. They're monitoring a relevant position. State is molesting me with directed light, and understand Omnitrans is using what is peculiarized light. The state's pattern of conduct is underway. Running a bus line is no form. You saw the state's fake sun remaining in my window while I'm on that facilitating venue. They're monitoring right now. That's demon possession. 8U16597. 8NPC628, 7ZMM290. Metrolink, that's audible activity. They're monitoring. License 8NPC628, I believe. I already read that. 7CHN291, 6NMC175. That beeping is Omnitrans, that's called amplification. Metrolink, that's called amplification. While directed light is streaming backwards toward my direction while these demons are crossing path under that which is not the sun, using a school bus to cross path, engaging in federal stalking. License 1409670. All right, that is Upland Unified School District, by the way. It is 8:45 a.m. License 5THR545, 8MJH869, 25311U2, 1557725, 1881681, 5WMD288, 8PQU280, 8TMK199, 7YQW181, 55050A3, paper plate, can't really see that one. License 74480W1, B9A37B, that's an Arizona plate, BWCL595, 7GBP525, referencing surveillance cameras on Omnitrans at 8:45 a.m. with license plate 1234511, bus number 1219, monitoring, directed light, molesting my person while they're crossing path under the fake sun, P.O.C. All right, it is currently 8:46 a.m. 7URZ915, 8EBE674, 8TIZ650, 8RQZ016, 7EQF014, 8UFK813, and this is 8XXS103. Yeah, 6NMC175 is monitoring with a minor that's speaking to what is delinquency while you're engaging in terrorism, 8AWG559, and sexual violence and federal stalking, 8XKJ533. All right, so while you are literally engaging in the molestation, the sexual molestation of another's body, because that's the reality of what they're engaging in, and doing it corporately as an entity, an unthinkable sexual act of violence with a government, and engaging in terrorism, 7PLL554, you're doing it while you're holding the hand of a minor, contributing to what is delinquency, and that's terrorism also. Bring your kids while you're engaging in terrorism. That's what you're going to prosecute for. 27147, handicap, that's a commercial bus line. License 59982L2. This is 6VPL084. To Texas plate MYY2423, 5VES648, 8NJF517, license 8MBB360. So as they drive east on, I'm standing at the intersection of C Street, C as in cat, and Euclid Avenue in the city of Upland, all right? I'm standing right here outside of Upland First United Methodist Church, okay? And as they are driving what is 8GOC 936, while they're driving east on C Street, the fake sun is right in front of them because the state's fake sun is right here behind me, and directed light is coming backwards toward my direction as they drive east, 22732W2. As they are driving past me on Euclid Avenue, that is driving north on Euclid, directed light off their passenger side toward my direction, 7YNZ805. That is the ongoing focus of what are demons. The impossible light activity is revealing what is demon possession. This is demonic conduct. That is accomplishing federal stalking as you're engaging in the criminal elements of light activity and relevant positioning. 7LGT811. And this impossible light is speaking to the presence of demonic activity amongst the demon possessed. That's what that impossible light activity is about. 4HAS502, 909H2, 8CWK198. 47159F2, 7EBA014, 7DFY 684, 8EMX037, 8PSW075, 7NXJ888, 8X, I can't really see that one. License 8P28473, 7WGP182, 8TZN332. License plate 7GNB, I can't really see that one. 7VYV768, stalking at the corner. 7VUN865, loitering in relevant position. So as they're all crossing paths and molesting, one is loitering right here next to me, monitoring to that, all right? That ongoing creation of a light show. G19080 amongst demons. 7MAY154. 7AYH647. 8NLK881. 7GUR455, 8XDM862, 7PLE275, 8WSC631, UPCHKIM, TNKSMR, 7X28587, 8DTN792, BG44726, 11757S2, 8EQG606, 6AVN465,
7ALT900, this is just demon after demon after demon. 8MKD483, this is terrorism, okay? 6ZMM290, 7YSB782. 5XMK446. And these are demons that are sex offenders, all right? They're all touching together. 381859, I believe. That is a commercial vehicle. I believe that's an upland vehicle. 7LCB702. 6XST343. 8SCM282. 8CBA686. 7XFL094, excuse me. 4ZEV642. 8MNF052. 8P20909. 8AXX713. Fluid truck share. 8RWG696. 8KIR470. 4GNW370. 8NEJ585. 8KFB955. All right, that's called audible activity while they cross path under the fake sun. All right, 8TRU470. It's 8:52 a.m. Heart 444S. 8PZB613. Six YGM131, 8TXN250, 7JHP176, I believe, 8PCN263, 8NDJ847, 7HCB108, 7XGD723. Seven XVS161, 8MBB260, 6VSB794, 6CDR234, 8JBU232, 7VXX688, 6TWD636, 8KFB691, 8AXT945. All right, I did capture video showing you what is that ongoing documented pattern of conduct in the city of Upland. And as I've already demonstrated, it does not matter where you're at. The state is monitoring. It's the state's pattern of conduct, license plate CLIPZ. And they are all sex offenders, because that is a criminal instrument, unnaturally occurring, serving a criminal purpose, serving to ongoing threat of my life while the state is engaging in this criminal system. With knowledge that you're documenting it, which is also the posing of an impermissible threat by the government that is hostile to your documentation. All right? That's a sex offender, a very violent sex offender. And I just captured substantial video of that while I'm at the intersection of C Street and Euclid Avenue in the city of Upland. I'm standing in front of Upland First United Methodist Church, where the State Space Center is right over me, and that is no form. First of all, that's not the sun. Second of all, that is no form for what is this light that is surrounding and molesting my body while they're crossing paths. And third of all, even if that was the sun, which is not, the sun is not hovering over us. We would burn up if the sun was actually that glob of light that's hovering over my head all day. We would all burn up. And you have what is the presence of this light source. If that was the sun, that's not sunlight that you're looking at. You're looking at the state's engineered light. This is the mark of demon possession. This demonic environment is the ongoing mark of demon possession of everyone inside of the businesses, inside of whatever church, inside of whatever vehicle. All right, there is no form. I am exposing what is demon possession in the state of California, and these are demons that are operating a targeting system. All right, this is not Night of the Living Dead. It's not Night of the Living Dead. This is real life, and it is that which I have also not only presented the problem, but I have presented the solution. All right? License plate 7VUN865, excuse me. All right? Not only revealed what is the problem, but I have presented the solution, because demons are in no way impervious to being prosecuted just because they thought that their secret, which was demon possession, which no one would ever know, which you would not know physically. All right? But you're speaking to the ways in which you are identifying that environment, which is prosecutable. Right, you prosecute that, and that's a matter of necessity. That's a matter of justice, because engaging in this demonic activity is terrorizing an American citizen. The ordinary targeted individual is reasonably traumatized and fear-stricken and confounded by what they are surrounded by with this conduct of stalking by those who you don't know, and they're acting as a pack, stalking in this environment that is present everywhere that you go, stalking in that loud environment that the state is keeping around you at all times. All right. Everything is loud. All right. Everything. All right. That's what demons are surrounded by. That's how demons conduct themselves. All right. They are psychopaths and they are stalkers. And that is demonstrated by documentation. It is 8:59 a.m. and that is P.O.C. (7GVT 234). Can't we see the one? 6YYX492 2330Y or 23305Y2, excuse me. 5ZBR 663. You can scratch that one. Hold on. 6YTG511. There you go. 7KKY233. It's 9 a.m. on the dot. Fake sun no longer over that intersection of C Street and Euclid, where I stood in front of the First Upland United Methodist Church. It is remaining over my head as I am at the 7-Eleven located at 204 North Euclid Avenue. It is 9 o'clock on the dot. (8KDW 626, 8GZA 917, 7JHW 480). RUV 047. (7 HTW 747). MAMACUB. Mama Cub is a stalker. She's a psychopath. License. Fake Tech Pros. FXA8CYA. Directed light trailing behind on the asphalt behind that vehicle. 7D016N2. 7KKF842. 7HWA660. Good morning, Satan. It is 9:02 a.m. That is called audible activity under the fake sun. You're not being polite, okay? It's 9:02 a.m.
It's 1 p.m. Federal stalking in the bathroom at Upland Public Library. That's P.O.C. and also on surveillance cameras inside of the venue. This is directed light right in front of the bathroom. And there's the fake sun right here over the venue. It's 1:01 p.m. And again, these are demons that are intentionally entering with knowledge of the documentation. That speaks to the malice and the sexual violence that is also engaged in when federal stalking is underway. P.O.C. It's 1:01 p.m.
All right, Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the documentation of what is ongoing federal stalking. And I am at state facilitating venue, the Upland Public Library. And so a couple of things. First, what I want to speak to is documentation, which you will see as I publish it. And this is the entirety of the venue that is engaging in federal stalking. And by venue, I mean I'm at the library, but again, the state is stalking in plane and helicopter. The state is stalking via Upland Police, because that's the city that I'm in. This is the role that law enforcement plays where this state system is underway. They are monitoring as an entity, just as I showed you, that ongoing demonic environment. They're all engaging in targeting. That is what is in operation while I'm inside of the venue. And I did capture images for you to see what monitoring on the internet looks like. And this was the criminal obstruction of justice. And this is in the interruption of internet access. And that's what I'm capturing, showing that my YouTube videos are unavailable. I can't access it. It keeps saying, oops, something went wrong. The only thing that's going wrong is the interruption of internet. That's what monitoring is. And my presence while subject to that monitoring on the venue of the internet, okay? And so that's also the direct evidence of that allegation of federal stalking on the internet, which is the means of interstate commerce. They're utilizing communication devices. The state's fake sun is over the venue, and that is also directed light that is inside of the venue, which is also the communication of a threat with the intent to terrorize, while that environment is, that unnatural environment is maintained, all right, while they maintain presence in that venue and in that environment, and that is the intentional and concerted act, all right? Also sexual violence as I'm documenting it. And this is, I want to be clear with regard to the malice. I'm documenting what is demonic activity while federal stalking is underway. So this is federal stalking by those that are demon possessed. And this is the reality of it. I am speaking to and revealing what is substantial malice. All right. And so this is what you're witnessing at Starbucks. This is what you're witnessing at the Ontario Over Family Community Library venues. All right. Heavily documented. The pattern of conduct underway. And it is not only federal stalking that I'm documenting. It is the malice with which they are engaging in that. Okay, so you have what is the intent to engage in federal stalking in the bathroom. All right, that's what that is. But I want to be clear. In the same, you have what is the intent to find any way to try to. While I'm documenting, which they are aware of, I want to be clear, the malice with which they are also engaging in criminal obstruction of justice, wanting to. Where it does not exist. Understand this is group conduct, and so you have what is this group that engages in creating a false narrative while they're engaging in sexually violent federal stalking conduct, all right, demented. And so I want to be clear, this is what the Ontario Over Family Community Library, while I'm documenting what are sex offenders and engaging, and at Starbucks, again, I'm documenting what are sex offenders, and that is objective, that's established, that is the pattern of conduct, that's a matter of documentation, all right? And so I am calling it exactly what it is.
and you have what is those same exact state and third-party actors that engage in that pattern of conduct with knowledge of the documentation, with the criminal desire to engage in what is additional obstruction of justice, and that is to create that false narrative that somehow, because you are documenting that unprecedented sexually violent conduct in that private space, that you are the sex offender, right? This is what they're getting at. This is why you have this that muscular Caucasian male at Starbucks. Do you really think that he is concerned about me violating him sexually, calling me a predator? Pay attention to what they are saying, all right? This is demonic, and this is the futile attempt to create a narrative. That male is not scared of me physically, nor is he really scared that I'm violating him sexually. Understand that this is the intent of the entity that wants to flip the narrative while I'm revealing sexual violence. This is the reality of what they're doing while you have no knowledge of it, okay? But this is also what you are looking at. What he is speaking is not only audible activity. This is the intent to create a false narrative while I am documenting the sex offender pointing the finger at the one that is documenting it, calling me a predator. That's what I documented at Starbucks. And by the way, nothing about being a predator while you're trying to break inside of the bathroom. That clearly says that it is occupied. This is at Starbucks. While directed light is behind your head, you have zero credibility, all right? And that was the second male in a matter of moments that tried to break inside of the bathroom, all right? So they are creating the situation and then trying to flip the narrative. These are demons that I'm dealing with, all right? And their intent is, not only is it federal stalking, these are sex offenders, understand, but the intent behind the malice with which the people are acting, they want to engage in the creation of some narrative, seeking to establish me as I am violating privacy. That's the audible activity out of the words, out of the mouth of that group stalker, that sex offender, Sean Thrasher, right, while he is a sex offender monitoring, and that is heavily documented. I want to be clear on the intent to try to create that narrative. That is malice, right? That's criminal defamation while federal stalking is underway, and you are indeed the sex offender, and that is a matter of documentation. So I want to be clear on that. And these are just the parameters that I'm dealing with when I am revealing what is sexual violence inherent to the pattern of conduct, you are understanding that entity that has zero credibility. And I want to be clear, every word that's on that document that Sean Thrasher provided is an admission. It's a matter of documentation with which I will prosecute the entity as he is speaking to each one that entered the bathroom. That is proof of presence while they were engaging in the pattern of conduct. That's an admission that he provided to me, which his criminal form was to engage in criminal obstruction of justice and criminal defamation while he is indeed engaging in federal stalking. And that is something that's going to go toward the whole entity. But I just want to be clear on the criminal motivation behind what I am documenting. That coexisting criminal intent to try to create a false narrative while you're documenting, and you have every right, and it is a matter of necessity also. But this is just establishing that which is necessary as far as policy goes, and you're witnessing what is demonic activity, the malice with which the people of the state act while they're engaging in that sexual violence. All right, it's 1:12 p.m. and that is P.O.C.
7AVL 266, 7XMC 296, 6YOK 783, 7UMH 537, 7MVE 024, 7XLJ 729, 8UYR 517. Get this group stalker with his license plate on the back of his car, monitoring with the Upland Police, who are stalking in relevant position in between the Upland City Hall and the Upland Public Library. 5KZS 957, hardcore monitoring ongoing. Stopping the ability to access my website on WordPress.com, stopping the ability to access my podcast on Anchor.com, stopping the ability to access my videos on YouTube, all right? License plate 8WZN898. And engaging in heavy-duty monitoring. The state's conduct, which I have already shown you, of covering up its fake son does not change. I've shown you how it remains over my head as they try to conceal that which you cannot. That's why it's called a pattern of conduct. You are not in any way deviating from that pattern that is long established. This is speaking to the malice with which demons engage in federal stalking. License 5KZS 957 and Upland Police, stalking in the path, monitoring with the people of the state. That's what that stop is. License 1541462, vehicle number 211. All right, 8HDL 837, City of Upland, license 1589714, 7JEG 809, 8EDL 288, 6LZB 191, 47731J2, 6YKM 430, 6WXW 329, 7PXA 098, 7EQH 591, 8GXU 614, 8ULT 017, 7YDF 006, 8XPZ 520, 8UUF 795, 8PUA 648, 6FTE 842, 8PSR 360, 8NNK 656, 79498U1, MUSKRT, City of Upland, 1258243, 6W53622, 6A72939, 3GVB 370. Alrighty, I did capture video. I just want to show you the re-arrival, all right, after there was no departure of what was the state's fake son. And the state's fake son advancing to be over me in the parking lot as I walk through and get license plates of the state and third parties. And the state's fake son is no longer over the property of the, over the center area where I aim up my camera and you're showing, showing you how the state's fake son is keeping over that window area above the library and aiming directed light. At this time, the state keeps directed light, but not now because it's failing. But understand what the state does. This is the malice that demons act with knowledge of your documentation, removing that directed light, acting as though it's suddenly cloudy. The state, this is concealment. That's obstruction of justice with knowledge that you're being documented. And the pattern of conduct is already established. You're not in any way avoiding the pattern of conduct. That's what I mean. And as you step out, the state's fake son remains. And so as I already stated, as I have already established as well, as I'm in the parking lot, I just took video of what is the re-emergence of that fake sun right over my head in the parking lot. And Upland Police remain in relevant position while I'm documenting. Okay, stalking with activity is on video as well. The group stalker in the black Silverado truck crossing path with simultaneity to my operation of my communication device. That's a demon, and they're monitoring with the Upland Police Department. That is license plate 95400F3, 8SZJ 490. All right, just swooping up a whole bunch of demons that are monitoring. The fire department is monitoring. All right, that's San Bernardino County Fire Department of Upland, right here in relevant position, 1178471, 8MZU 770, 1208534, 7LCF 684, and it is 4:16 p.m. 7THY 105. 6UYJ 818, 7SML 586, 5WSB 861. All right, and 4:17 p.m. And that was documentation capturing the pattern of conduct as the state stalking via law enforcement. That is analogous to the traffic stop where you are stalking in the path using your police uniform, your police vehicle as your guise for what is stalking. That is stalking by law enforcement. All right. There is no form. The pattern of conduct is underway. You're seeing how law enforcement engages in stalking and doing so in concert with the people of the state. All right. This is Upland Police Officer. Got that license plate. That is A. Ornelas. It is 4:18 p.m. And I also want to document, again, the intent to terrorize, where you are engaging in federal stalking via law enforcement. That is a terrorizing threat with the intent. I'm sorry, that is a terrorizing threat by the entity that's engaging in federal stalking. All right, that's P.O.C. It is 5:56. I did capture video of what is the ongoing stalking with light conduct as demons, because that's what they are. You are looking at what is demonic activity amongst the people, and you're looking at the demonic environment that they're in. And so this stalking with peculiarized light, which is what I showed you with utility traffic services, with Edison, with the with the Upland Fire Department, with American Medical Response Ambulance, with the stalking with the peculiarized light, as I was showing. This is the ongoing pattern of conduct. And they're doing so under what is the state's light source, the fake sun, which is also in alignment with me as I stand at that back parking lot of the Upland Public Library. And you're looking at the street lamp that is flickering. By the way, it's not even time for the street lamps to come on yet. Okay, just want to be clear, it's still daytime. This is a matter of surrounding with that demonic light conduct. And doing so while the group stalker whose license plate I recited, I believe both on my podcast and on the video, it's definitely on my video, that is the stalking with light conduct. That is the outward demonstration of demon possession. This is the group conduct. Everywhere that I go, everywhere that the target individual goes, this system is in operation, and you have people by the masses that engage in stalking in the path with peculiarized light, some method of flashing light, all right? And you have the state engaging in this as well with its directed light. You have the state engaging in this with use of street lamps, parking lamp lights, as I've recited, and it's not just in San Bernardino County. Like I stated, walking in Los Angeles County, and when it is evening time and the state is literally, you're talking about these are acts of the city, the municipalities that are controlling the lights as I walk past them, okay? Turning the street lamps on and off as I walk past them, as I'm on that street. And this is ongoing conduct. It's the same with building lights, signage. You're recognizing the pattern and the ways in which it is often in your face, actually, and you are accustomed to seeing it, and so you're not recognizing it. But where the state's pattern of conduct is underway, it is the P.O.C. And it is demonic, all right? And it is terrorism because the state is engaging in this conduct on a constant basis everywhere that you go. And the people acting in concert with that, this is absolutely demented group conduct. This is that demonic aspect of stalking with light as they act as a group, which is demonic as well, while they are maintaining audible activity together, the state and third parties, all right? A very diligent and demonic group effort to do so, accomplishing what is federal stalking and doing what is demonic group conduct, which is terrorism. 7 TLZ 890, 7 JYP 513. All right, these are demons that are just patrolling all around me while the state's fake sun is keeping in alignment with me as I'm walking on First Avenue. And as I just captured in video right now at that parking lot, you have what is the state's fake sun that is remaining over the same venue. Just like it was while Upland Police were there at 4:09 p.m. The state's fake sun remaining all day long. This is the pattern of conduct that has already been established and fully published on the internet. It is occurring in Upland. It is that which is a template for showing how a government is engaging in monitoring everywhere. There is absolutely zero form, and this is what is ongoing everywhere that you go. 8VGJ 467, and that is what is terrorism by a government and by the people of the state, engaging in what is demonic activity. All right, is accomplishing that criminal purpose of federal stalking. However, this criminal system, this demonic conduct exceeds mere monitoring with communication devices. These demons are engaging in the monitoring, the stalking of an American citizen. I just happen to be in the United States of America. I just happen to be in California. but this is demonic conduct by a people, okay? And this is publishing that. And this is also not only, again, like I stated this morning, I'm not only exposing a problem, a very big, very real problem. This is not fiction and this is not television, unfortunately. But I am also, and I have also presented the solution, all right? And speaking to that which is in no way impervious to prosecution, which again, the entire premise of the system, especially based on the fact that this is demonic in nature, you have to first start with the ability to even discern that this is satanic at its root, because that is where it begins, essentially. That is exactly where it begins in understanding what is the criminal conduct that is being engaged in by those who are demon possessed. And then how do you prosecute that, all right? Within the constitutional framework that exists in the United States of America. So anyway, it is 6:01 p.m. and that is P.O.C. Ongoing terrorism, ongoing sexual violence, ongoing federal stalking at state facilitating venue Upland Public Library. This is 6:01 p.m. and you're hearing what is sirens under the fake sun and in directed light. That is the intentional maintenance of the environment acting in concert with the people who are patrolling around. 6DZE 828, 6DEZ 828, excuse me, 7JXM, I can't really see that one. Press that one. All right, group stalking in their vehicle. This is license plate 8WAT238, 7272 7R2, 8K31246, 8KIR658. These are absolute psychopaths, okay? They are maintaining presence and everything about the environment is absolutely abnormal. 7YYK861. And they're literally just holding on to the dream of the appearance of normalcy, and demons are absolutely abnormal. Demons are psychopaths that you are encountering every day, by the way. And they are relying on the fact that you have no idea that they are, you are dealing with someone that is of a demon possession. This is audible activity under the fake sun, 8TGJ276, 5USN635. MVIKNGS. It's 6:03 p.m. and I'm on the cameras inside of and in the parking lot of 7-Eleven at 204 North Euclid Avenue. Three 2297M2 7CKZ 778. It's 6:12 p.m. That's the state amplifying more plane activity as I'm walking back down the same street. 5JHN 184, 7VPR 429. Directed light just appearing out of the atmosphere at the same time you're hearing that train. That's Metrolink engaging in the pattern of conduct. 8WAE 784. It's 6:13 p.m. And that's not Union Pacific using the Metrolink. That's actually Metrolink engaging in the P.O.C. Metrolink has gotten on the Amtrak train tracks, just like Union Pacific has been on, or well, uses, actually, because Amtrak doesn't, uses the Amtrak train tracks, and doing so to maintain audible activity at the museum. And Metrolink is utilizing the train tracks. It's 6:14 p.m., by the way. Metrolink is crossing path using their train station. It is whether they are engaging in just pure pacing back and forth, right? Well, let me correct that actually. When you're arriving per your published schedule, you are pacing. The demonic system is underway. The criminal pattern and conduct is underway. It is pacing regardless. But let me be clear. When I say they are blatantly engaging in it, meaning the documented conduct of deviating from your schedule All right, going out of your way to engage in that conduct in such a way that you can't even reconcile with that which you publish to the public. Your train is supposedly running once an hour, but when I'm in relevant position, you're running about every 6.5 minutes, and including hearing your train when there's not even any train on the tracks. That's the pattern of conduct, by the way. I just want to be clear, it's pacing, because this is demonic activity, the maintenance of presence in the path, the maintenance of audible activity, and the maintenance of light. And doing so using company brands, doing so using a train, which, by the way, is also implicating interstate commerce as federal stalking is underway. It's 6:15 p.m. That is P.O.C. That's the state amplifying plane engines as I stand on the street of 1st Street. 6:18 p.m. Sure, be my guest. License plate, stalking in the path, arrives as I begin movement. I was standing still as soon as I moved, just like the demonic behavior pattern. 8 BPB 120. It's a demon driving that vehicle, okay? It is 6:19 p.m. 7 VPR 429. 6:27 p.m. That's a Metrolink train, and it is going in the eastbound toward the San Bernardino area, and the other train was going at eastbound as well. So let me point that out. Seven EMK 432, 5GBM 185. Six DKN 458. They are monitoring inside of 193, the Arco on Euclid and 8th Street. And the white male with sunglasses on his head, he's got a close shaved head. He's got on a dark colored t-shirt. He just exited the doors of that Arco gas station at 6:50 p.m. And he is stalking, monitoring on a communication device in the parking lot, fixed on his communication device, and is walking back to what is a Jeep. He's got on blue jeans, and it appears to be dark colored tennis shoes with like a white line or something on him. That is P.O.C. This is Arco, located at 193 Euclid Avenue. All right, we've got 6BF. Well, I can't really see that one actually. 7HAS 095. It's 6:54 p.m.